Hello, hello. We are back. We are live. How's it going, everybody? We got another great sets of watch alongs for you guys tonight. We're going to be jumping around in U.S. Army's marksmanship training for the M1 Grand. We'll be jumping around that video tonight, so be ready for that. And then to kick us off and get us going in the right direction, we're going to start off with a really special one. It's Make Mine Freedom. Make Mine Freedom is maybe the best, corniest video for just kind of all around propaganda from this era. It really is pretty good. You've maybe seen clips of it on TikTok or YouTube before. We're going to be showing the whole thing, doing some commentary through it. So you're not going to want to miss a second of it. And then again, the training for the M1 by the Army Marksmanship team. So be ready for that. We're getting ready to go live with those. And as we're going live with it, be sure to jump in the chat as we're going through. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff with this. It's going to be a really good time. So without further ado, we will kick over to Make Mine Freedom. Let's go ahead and kick the lights off here in the library, and off we go. Everyone get your Baja Blast ready. We are going to be going.
To many people. To a 17-year-old kid, it's the malt shop on the corner. To Grandpa, it's the front porch in the cool of the evening. To Mother and her family, it's church on Sunday morning.
Like to Mother and the family, everyone else is also there, but they have to say it's church because of Mother.
It's the Cracker Barrel philosophers in Crabtree Corners. And it's the tycoons in Wall Street. It's all races, creeds, and religions.
And that lady with shifty eyes.
Job you like.
That's the job you like?
And to peaceably assemble. Freedom to own property. Security from unlawful search or seizure.
Where's your warrant, Flatfoot?
The right to a speedy and public trial.
I think that jury's a little
Protection
impartial.
against cruel punishments
Or
and
not.
excessive fines.
Are we showing the last meal?
The right to vote. And to worship God in your own way. It is these freedoms that have made America strong.
Okay, so we got our freedom. But management's lousing up everything.
Labor is at fault. It's ruining the country.
My constituents, as your elected representative, I can assure you Labor's right, management's right. I'm strictly neutral.
Labor?
Yeah, I'm glad that hasn't changed over time. Politicians just being crooked as the day is long.
It's only taking money out of my pocket.
Hurry, step right up, folks. Here's the answer to your problems. Dr. Utopia's sensational new discovery, ism. Ism will cure any ailment of the body politic. It's terrific. It's tremendous. Once you swallow the contents of this bottle, you'll have the bountiful benefit of higher wages, shorter hours, and security. Enormous profits, no strikes. Remember, you're the big boss. Government control, no worry about votes. Name your own salary. Bigger crops, lower costs. Why, ism even makes the weather perfect every day. And now then, because we are
Isn't that the promise of all of them?
item for the first time in this country, it isn't going to cost you 1 cent. All you have to do is sign this little scrap of paper, and you get your bottle absolutely free.
I hereby turn over to ISM Incorporated, everything I have, including my freedom and the freedom of my children and my children's children, in return for which said ism promises to take care of me forever.
I think that was a subtle reference to that being a loaded bowl.
Pardon me.
And who are you, my good man?
I'm John Q. Public.
Ah, my fine friend, you're just in time to share this generous and gigantic offer. Sign right here.
Mind if I read it first?
Hurry up,
Keep your shirts on, boys.
Including my freedom. Freedom? Well, sign away my freedom. Why, this is ridiculous.
Don't be corny, brother.
Sure, our system of free enterprise isn't perfect. But before we throw it away for some imported double talk, let's turn the clock back a few years to see what it's done for us. For example,
I love the
back
John
in the
Q. Public right
1890s,
there.
Joe Dokes was just a guy who liked to tinker around his barn. Some people thought Joe was lazy. Some even thought he was nuts. But one day, he had an idea. And because he was free to dream his dream and tinker, Joe had a chance to make something of himself and his idea. So,
Little history in there with Joe Dokes. The invention of
of course,
the motorized,
some people didn't
or the
think
motorized
of
carriage.
Joe's idea. But that didn't stop him. So Joe got some money from young Aunt Minnie and Uncle Angus and Grandpappy and Mr. Titus. When Joe's friends and relatives used their savings to help him buy tools and property, they were capitalists. Don't blush, folks. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Now, naturally, Joe needed some help. So he hired Willie Lumpkin, who was out of work anyway, and before long, Willie had the know-how and became skilled labor. Because
Good for you,
capital,
Willie.
management and labor worked together, Joe's idea grew. It grew and did things even he never dreamed of. Today, the automobile industry provides millions of jobs that never existed before. And remember, this is a story of only one industry. There are thousands more scattered all over the United States whose history of development is pretty much the same. We've built a country under the American system that sends more young people to high school and college than all the rest of the world combined. Why, even in the Depression, our wages bought more food, clothing, travel, and entertainment than the wages of any other people in the world. Our country has a national income equal to the total national incomes of any other 6 nations in the world.
I wonder if that's
With
still
only
true today. We'll have to go and
7%
take a look
of
at
the
that and
Earth.
see if it is.
We drive 70% of the world's automobiles. That's just a sample of the things the capitalistic system has given us in only 160 years. Before signing up, you boys ought to try a little taste of Dr. Ism's formula to see what you'd get in exchange for your freedom. Go ahead, try it.
You can't do this to me! I'll strike!
The state forbids strikes.
Wait till the union hears about this!
Ah, yes, the Union. Welcome to our ranks, number 1313.
I'll take this case to the Supreme Court.
The state is the Supreme Court. Our decision is as follows.
Just a
No more
flick out in the
private
street.
property. No more you.
The farm vote will put a stop to this.
Farmers don't vote anymore.
What'll I do for seed next year?
You won't have to worry about next year. The state will do your planning from now on.
our freedom, or everything is lost. Everything.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
When anybody preaches disunity, tries to pit one of us against the other through class warfare, race hatred, or religious intolerance, you know that person seeks to rob us of our freedom and destroy our very lives. And we know what to do about it.
And now, gentlemen, no violence,
Good
please.
Lord.
And don't
We know what
form
to do with them.
bubbles.
Let's
Don't
go.
form bubbles.
Let's go form a mob.
Working together to produce an ever greater abundance of material and spiritual values for all. That is the secret of American prosperity.
So that was, again, we got our lights back on. Make Mine Freedom. And again, there, even though it's propaganda, there's some good things in there. Anybody that's pushing disunity just for disunity's sake should always be looked at kind of funny. I mean, our whole E pluribus unum from many one, how subtle it was. Yeah, its subtlety is its definite charm on that. But again, anybody pushing for disunity for just disunity's sake should always be kind of somewhat looked at of why is this the key? Because our strength, again, so far as Americans, at least as I see it, is the fact that we're able to cross lines and cross political beliefs and religious beliefs and social economic beliefs and be able to work together and strengthen up everybody. So many times that's what's been the backbone of America is people helping people. And so being able to push for unity, and anytime we can push for unity is a good thing and a positive thing, whether it's for the country, whether it's for organizations that we're in, our households, our families, unity is always a positive thing. And again, that was kind of I think it's a cute video. It's kind of a unique video from that time frame. It doesn't get shown nearly enough just to kind of, it's a good discussion point. And these are the kind of videos that used to be shown in school because you could have discussions afterward and have those discussions and get kids thinking and get critical thinking going. So I encourage you use those to kind of get thinking. And even if you're doing a stream of your own, I encourage you play the video. It's always interesting to get what responses you get from it. We'll jump into another one. This one is also unique in a very different way. We're not going to watch the full thing. The full thing is almost 2 hours long. We'll be jumping around in it, but we're going to watch Marksmanship and the M1 Grand by the United States Army. Oh, I forgot to turn on the lights. Let me get back over here and turn off our lights in the library. There we go. Ooh, restricted. All of you show your security clearances before we continue any further. Feel free to put them in the chat. Rifle marksmanship with the M1 rifle. Preparatory training.
You've heard me say it before, but I'm going to repeat it. American riflemen are the best riflemen in the world because the training they get is the best in the world. You've begun that training with the sighting and aiming exercises, and you're ready now to go on to the next step.
Bazookas. Oh, no.
Position exercises. There are 4 firing positions. Prone, sitting,
Backwards.
kneeling.
Oh, kneeling, yeah.
And the
Between the
standing
legs.
or offhand position. You know, any old-timer can walk down the firing line and come pretty close to picking out the men who'll do the best shooting.
Because they're
There's nothing
from zero
mysterious
distance.
about it. He simply spots the men who've taken the best positions. Good positions mean good scores. Poor positions mean poor scores. It's as easy as that. But here's the thing to remember. We're not teaching you these positions so that you can riddle off a string of bullseyes on the target range. We're teaching you to kill your enemy before he can kill you. If you're
That
going
gets
to
serious
survive on the
real
battlefield,
quick.
you've got to be able to shoot fast.
We're not teaching
and
you to
straight
shoot well.
from
We're
any
teaching
position.
you to shoot and kill
You've
the
got to
enemy.
be able to drop into that position instantly, automatically, without thinking about it. And it must be correct the first time. Take a good look at these positions. They look easy. But you're not going to find these positions easy at first because they make you use muscles you never knew you had.
How many of you remember
But
those
don't worry about
positions
that.
from military training?
We'll harden up those muscles. Your work in the position exercises also covers the use of the sling, holding your breath while aiming and aiming. We'll take up the sling first. Anyone here know the reason for the sling on the rifle?
Carried with, sir?
That's right. Any other reason?
It's
Peterson?
fashionable? Yes, sir. It's a big help in steadying the rifle.
Check. That's the answer. Now let's see how we go about getting
What is
the
that
effects of
accent?
it.
Does anybody know what accent this guy has?
There are two ways to use the rifle sling. The first, like this, is called the loop sling. The other, called the hasty sling, is rarely used except in the standing position. And we'll show you how to adjust it when we come to that position. The loop sling is used in all other positions. Here's how to adjust it. Place the rifle butt on the right thigh and cradle it in the curve of your right arm so that you've got both hands free to adjust the sling. Unfasten the lower hook and refasten it near the butt swivel. This loosens the lower loop. Unfasten
Is
the
that
upper
gun
hook
pointed right at the guy that's talking?
and refasten it
Am
so
I the
that
only
the
one that
upper
saw
loop
that?
hangs down to about the pistol grip. But it may need further adjustment. The correct place for the upper hook depends on the man. You'll get your fit by trying it out. After your instructor is satisfied you have the right pair of holes, mark them so that you'll find them at a glance. Twist the sling 1/2 turn to the left and insert the left hand through the upper loop from right to left. Slide the loop well up your left arm. Leave the loose
This guy
end
looks so
free
confused that's
and
actually
use
doing
both
it.
hands to work the upper hook and the first keeper down close against your arm. Then pull down the second keeper against the upper hook. This locks the upper loop in place against your arm and keeps it from slipping. You can't shoot with a loose loop sliding down your arm. Once the loop is correctly adjusted, move your left hand over the top of the sling and place it under the rifle against the upper sling swivel. The rifle must rest in the V between your thumb and forefinger and on the heel of your hand. Wrist straight, fingers relaxed. The sling must lie smoothly along your hand and wrist. If it doesn't, you've done something wrong.
I love that
This is the
instruction.
way
If it
you
doesn't,
hold the rifle.
you've done something wrong.
Now let's go over the loop sling adjustment once more. Place the butt on your right thigh,
We'll jump up a little bit.
trigger guard, against the trigger, and he is not jolted out of position each time he fires. Look at his left hand and arm. The rifle rests on the heel of the hand in the V between the thumb and the first finger. His left wrist is straight. His fingers are relaxed. His left elbow is under the piece. It's vertical. I can press down hard on this rifle, and it'll give a little, then come right back to its proper position. But when the elbow is not under the piece, the least pressure will make the rifle sag way off to the side. because muscle instead of bone supports it. A muscle gets tired, a bone doesn't. So remember, elbow under the piece. Now look at his right arm and hand. His right elbow is a little forward of his right shoulder. His right upper arm makes an angle of about 45 degrees with the ground. His shoulders are about level. The rifle fits into the hollow of his right shoulder. That's important. Raise your left hand and feel that hollow in your shoulder. Curl your
Again,
shoulder forward,
if you served in
and the
any
hollow
other
is
branches
still
of the
more
military,
pronounced.
you've probably heard the same spiel,
Now look at Sergeant
something
Higgins.
similar to it
See how snugly
from
his
your
rifle fits into
instructors
that
and
hollow?
your drill instructors and boot camp and when you're on the shooting range.
I don't want to see anybody in this company trying to shoot with the rifle on the point of the shoulder here. All that will get you is a sore shoulder. And that means flinching. And flinching means poor shooting.
But again, I don't think our instructors were lieutenants or
Grasp
Navy
the small of
lieutenants.
the
I don't
rifle
know,
stock firmly with your right
depending
hand.
on the branch you're in.
And get this. Put your thumb across the stock or on top of the stock, never alongside the stock. With your thumb in the right position, you've got a firm purchase for your trigger squeeze and a good support for your cheek. The finger goes inside the trigger guard against the trigger.
Okay, Army captain, yeah.
And the
as
finger
Navy
is clear of the
lieutenant.
stock.
Recon, did you have
You can use any
a
part of your
captain
finger
teaching
from
you
the tip
guys
to the
shooting
second
when
joint
you
to
were
squeeze
in,
the trigger.
or was
What
it
seems
mainly
natural
enlisted?
and
'Cause that's-
comfortable to you
for us, it was
will
mainly
probably
enlisted
give you
that
the
was teaching
steadiest
this.
squeeze, and for that reason is the best. Press your cheek firmly against the stock and on your thumb. Let your neck muscles relax and hold your head so that you're looking not out of the corners of your eyes, but straight ahead with your eyes level. That's the correct prone position. It varies a little with each man,
That's kind of
depending
with
upon
us
his
as
build.
well. E6 was the main
there
one
isn't much
teaching. You didn't have
You'll soon
an
discover the
O3 up
exact
there
position that
teaching
suits
how
you.
to shoot
From there
guns
on,
to lower
It's a
enlisted.
matter of practice. You will have targets to aim at in all of your exercises. Every time you get into position, align your sights on a target. A good soldier does this instinctively. He never even thinks about it. Here's something else. When you take any of the correct firing positions, you will find that the rifle aims naturally and without effort at some one point. If this point is not on the center of the target, move your whole body till the line of aim is the natural line. There's a good way to tell if your body is lined up correctly. After you're in position, close your eye and relax. Then when you open it, if you're on the center of the target, you're okay. If not, shift your whole body. If you shift the rifle
We're going to
independently,
jump up a little bit
instead of your
further ahead,
body,
too.
you'll be in a strained, uncomfortable position.
We're going to get to them being on the
And
shooting
no man
range
can
here
shoot
in a
his
minute,
best
and it is
when he's fighting his own
absolutely
muscles.
insane. Again, all of them just flagged him from behind.
These men
That
are demonstrating some
Treat,
of the
never,
things not to
keep,
do.
kind of wasn't in
But
place,
they are
I don't think,
common
at this
errors.
point in time.
Let's take a look at this first man.
I'm going to walk right in front of your gun here and
His body
stand
is at
right
too
where
great an
your
angle
muzzle's at.
with a line of aim.
Wiggle.
Now he's
yes,
behind the
wiggle
rifle,
more.
as he's got to be. Look at this man's right elbow. It's too close to his body. He's unsteady. His left hand's too far back. And he's got his thumb alongside the stock. Now he'll assume the correct position.
Point right at the other man, and now, okay, we're good.
This man's left elbow
It's pointing
is
at
not
all of
under
you.
the piece. They'd have a devil of a time staying on the target. Errors like this stand out plainly. Others are not so easy to pick up. When you're acting
the
as
poking
coach,
stick, we need to
keep a
bring
sharp
that
eye on
back
your
in
pupil.
training.
When he's wrong,
Everyone gets a
show
poking
him where
stick
he's
to
wrong
start
and
their
why.
timeout.
Then make him take the correct position so the point will be burned into his mind. Don't forget, when you take the prone position correctly, the muzzle will automatically drop back on the target after each shot. This saves time, and in battle, A few seconds are enough to settle the argument between you and that guy on the other side. Now, the sandbag rest position is just like...
We're going to
start
jump
with
up a little
pulls
bit.
his
We're going
left
to get him over
arm
to the
back
range.
against his rib or out in the open.
Here we go.
That's why we teach you the 4 firing positions and drill you in them until they become second nature, to get you ready for the tough spots. There'll be plenty of tough spots. And when you get into one, your whole job will be to get your shots off fast and hit what you're shooting at.
So the question
So
is, how
work on
often
the
do they
firing
actually show
positions
this
now while you
video?
can.
Because you're looking at
Later on,
something
you'll
from
be
the
mighty glad you did.
late or
Because
early 50s.
You'll get your enemy before he gets you. You can be ready. Hold your breath and aim. When you get the correct sight picture, take up the slack. By trigger slack, we mean the play between the trigger's forward point and the point where you first feel resistance. Take it up decisively. While you're taking up the slack, you're starting your trigger squeeze. It's all one action of your finger, working by itself, independent of the rest of your hand.
Really, we
Press
should stop
smoothly,
slapping my gun when I
straight
do
to
this.
the rear, and you increase the pressure steadily from start to finish. Your rifle has a fixed pull.
If you don't know, he's cycling the
about
gun,
4
so every time
pounds.
the trigger squeezes, he
When you take up
cycles
your
it so
slack,
it
you
simulates
take up
them
part of that
actually
pull.
shooting.
Your constantly increasing pressure takes up the rest of it. And then the trigger gives, and the rifle fires. But follow through. Hold your position. Hold your aim, and continue your increasing pressure. I'll tell you more about that later. What I want you to get now is this. If you squeeze the trigger properly, you can't know when the rifle is going to fire, and therefore you won't be able to flinch. You all understand that?
You won't get 2 punches for flinching.
There's another mistake all of us make when we first start shooting the rifle. Practically everyone has a violent impulse to yank the trigger the instant the sights come in correct alignment with a target. The beginner is tempted, particularly in the kneeling and standing positions, where the unsteadiness is marked. Your sights move a little,
You flinch a
Side to
poke in the eye
side,
with a training stick.
up and down. Finally, they come to bear exactly on the bull's eye. So, at that instant, you jerk the trigger. And this is what happens. You literally jerk your rifle clear off the target. You may not see it because both of your eyes will probably be shut tight and your muscles taut and braced for the shock. But whether you see it or not, the result is the same. A wild shot. There's only one way to get hits, and only hits count on a battlefield. And that is to squeeze the trigger. Now, you've seen what happens when you jerk the trigger instead of squeezing it. I'm going to show you why it happens.
Oh, he's
Let's
thrown the
assume
poke
that
stick.
I'm shooting at a
Everyone look
target
out. He's got a
500
gun.
yards away. I've got my sights lined up on the left edge of the bullseye.
Sir, I don't. You
Since the range is 500, I would be using a B target with a 20-inch bullseye. If I fired now, I'd hit the left edge of the black. Now I'm going to move the rifle 20 inches to the right. And let's assume that I've moved the butt and the muzzle exactly the same distance. In other words, my line of aim now is exactly parallel to my line of aim before I moved the rifle. If I'd fired then, I would have creased the left edge of the bull. Who can tell me where I'd hit if I fire now? Williams?
Is that his first name or last
bull,
name?
sir.
Right. Do you all understand that? I can move
I
this
also
rifle
don't think I was
back
ever
and
so
forth
politely called
20 inches.
by any name I have
fired it anywhere within
in
that
the training while
still
doing
get a
the training
bullseye,
range. I don't think
as long as I
that
kept
was
my
what
lines of
happened.
aim parallel. I move the rifle 10 inches to the left again, still keeping my parallel line of aim. If I fired it now, I'd hit the bullseye dead center. But now watch
So all
this.
we need is a table when we're out in battle?
I'm going to
Is that
keep
what you're saying,
the
sir?
butt in place and move the muzzle of the rifle just 1 inch. The butt stays the same as it is. I've moved the muzzle only 1 inch. If I fired now, where would it hit? Norton?
It would go off to one side, sir. I don't know just where it would hit.
Neither do I know just where it would hit. But I can tell
That
you
hard
this.
New Jersey accent out of
It
nowhere.
would miss the center of the bullseye by about 35 feet. Get that, 35 feet. The point is, when you jerk the trigger, you twist the rifle off the line of aim. When your sights are on the target, you can move your whole rifle from side to side, the width of the bullseye, and still hit it, if the rifle always stays parallel to the line of aim.
So they're going through and lining it up now, showing them how to shoot.
But if the butt
We're
of the
gonna
rifle
jump
remains
forward
stationary,
about-
and you
where are we
jump,
gonna
procedure
go
is almost
here?
automatic. Speed comes with practice, and he follows
We want to
through.
get them up to the actual... Oh, this is
Gives
where we
you
want
a
to get
simple
to.
system of calling your shots.
This is the most
example,
terrifying thing I have
suppose at
ever
the instant
seen
your
in
rifle
a
goes
training
off,
video.
You see your sights align so that the bullet will hit here. Then you will call your shot a 4 at 12 o'clock, because it's in the 4 circle and in the direction of 12 o'clock. A hit here would be a 3 at 7 o'clock. Here, a 2 at 2 o'clock. And here, a 4 at 11. And here, a pinwheel 5.
All right,
On the
here
range,
we go.
you call your shots at slow fire.
Get ready
You
for...
and the coach
So you can see the
compare
shot where it
called
hit.
shot with the actual shot.
They're calling it.
See if you know where you are
And
aiming
someone
when
is
the piece
literally
fired.
back there.
In dry shooting, there's no way to check
behind them.
whether or not you call your shots correctly. But
don't
it's to
know
your advantage to do so.
where that could happen
helps you
today
to
where it's
develop
like,
the habit
I'm
of
here
concentrating on
too
the
where
sight
you're
picture.
shooting at.
And forgetting the trigger finger. It helps you to develop the habit to call
That
the
would
shot.
be
as you'll do on the range.
terrifying.
Now, in the trigger squeeze exercise,
I don't know what they do in
as
the
in all
Army
the
today,
others,
but I don't imagine the
coach
same
must
thing where
check
you have people
every
downrange
step.
where all the
he
bullets are
sees
going.
that the sights are properly blackened and the sling correctly adjusted.
And that's not the only time
Checks
this
the pupil's
happens.
position. If it's wrong, he tells him why and corrects it. He keeps an eye on the pupil's back during
gonna
aiming
be-
to make sure he holds his breath properly.
And again, he's going to shoot, and they're going to actually score it. Oh, where's the next one?
Confidence
We're
comes
actually
only-
shooting.
We start you slowly and speed you up gradually until you can take your position, aim, and get off your first shot in 9 seconds. Here's how it goes in dry
So they're going to go
shooting.
through and shoot more and more. We'll go back to the library here. So again, you have people downrange that are actually holding up targets in front of what is actually happening. So as these people are shooting, you have someone down there that's watching the shot and then holding up giant signs over where the actual shot hit. I can't imagine that today that is happening anywhere in the military, except for maybe some other countries. But it absolutely insane that was what they were doing. But kind of watching along with it, we're going to be doing some other watch alongs as well. We're always going to have one that's kind of more the predominant watch along and have a second one coming in after it. But just kind of watching these training videos of what they're teaching people to do and how they're teaching them to handle it, to me is absolutely crazy to see how some of this stuff is handled. But again, M1 Grand is still to today is still considered one of the best guns the Army has ever had. And these training videos are how they taught the instructors how to teach people to shoot. So we'll go from there. Again, I think we got some uploads for tomorrow that we're going to be putting up. You'll notice that we're going to go live a little less frequently and be putting up a lot more pre-recorded content on here. But we're going to be changing up some formatting stuff, changing up some different stuff happening all across the mission. We're not trying to give less stuff for you. We're just trying to be a little bit more mindful of what all we put out for you guys. So I think that's where we'll call it. And a little shorter stream tonight, but be ready. We have a lot of stuff coming for you. And as always, stay strong, stay true, stay Frankie.